Hi, Robin with Oxy-Dry, and here I am. I just finished cleaning that white polyester area rug down there. I haven't groomed it yet, of course. And now I'm just going upstairs. I'm doing a little hallway and 2 bedrooms. It's pretty much the same area, same idea as the job I just previously did and I used the Challenger, but here I'm using the rotary. So we're going to talk about what the differences are. But I wanted to show you something. Look out the window. See that beautiful little doggie? She's about 2 years old. Boy, she told me her name and I can't even remember now. But she's a sweet little thing. And of course she's getting the carpet a little bit dirty here and there, so been a few accidents and stuff. Nothing too bad. Anyway, that was the side that I used downstairs. I just flipped it and doing the B side. Of course, now I got my rotary up here. And one of the things about the rotary, let's talk about some of the differences. First of all, the rotary does weigh more. Very much, well, not very much more, but I think my machine, even with a gallon or so of water in there, I think I'm a little under 100 pounds. The Challenger weighs 66 pounds, so there's a big difference in the weight. However, I wouldn't recommend pushing the Challenger much around on sidewalks and across gravelly driveways and things like that because of the wheels being so small, plus the way the machine doesn't actually lock in place. It is sort of, if you've got one, you'll know what I mean. It sort of, the head will sort of bounce around, and that means that it's actually wearing on the lock mechanism, which will cause it to wear. Whereas this machine and any other rotary, when you lock the handle in place, it's locked and it's very solid. That's an advantage right there. The other thing is my machine, of course, it has 10-inch wheels, and so it'll go across uneven surfaces and over curbs, etc., and up and down stairs, no problem. And so, although it does way more, it's actually, I think, I'm more comfortable pulling it up and down steps than the Challenger, because the Challenger, when you go to pick it up, there's a handle on the head, and you pick it up and you're holding the handle with your left hand like this, and then you got your hand on the handle down over here. That's 66 pounds on your right arm, and that's 66 pounds. That's a fairly good weight. Obviously you can do it, and that's what you got to do, but that's a lot of weight. Now, before I had the big wheels on this machine, and any other rotary machine that I had in the past, I would have to pick it up and carry it up and down steps. And that's a lot of weight. More weight than you really ideally should be carrying, because it's nearly 100 pounds. But I used to do that until I got the big wheel set up. But if that's a concern for you, well, as I've mentioned before, check out the Swirly at the end cap store. It's around 80 pounds or so, but it has big wheels, so you can bounce it up and down steps, or bump it up and down steps. You want to bounce it. Anyway, that's your option. Or you can modify wheels for your own rotary, which others have done, and it can be done. Anyway, let's clean this carpet. So this is about the same area as the job I just did when I used the Challenger. So about the same amount of square feet, and actually the same sort of layout almost. But I'm doing it with a rotary, and first of all, I'm not spending any time pre-spraying. Normally I don't do that, and if I do, when I'm using my rotary, typically I'm using this trigger sprayer. Rarely do I use an actual pump-up sprayer or a battery-powered sprayer, because almost all the solution I'm going to clean with is right here in the tank. So I'm not spending the time spraying the carpet. And I was well aware when I was doing the previous job that I spent a fair amount of time actually just applying the cleaning product. And then after I did that, and then I think I went and then vacuumed the steps to let it give it some dwell time. And then I came back and gave it a light spray, and away I went. So in other words, what I'm saying is there was additional time spent spraying the carpet, which I won't be doing with this. So anyway, this carpet is clean like the last one. That didn't require a very aggressive cleaning. This is in really good shape, actually. So I'm doing a single step in this case. And even if I did a double step where I would do the fiber pad, that adds very little time to the overall job, normally speaking. But in this case, this is a single step, so this is the fastest scenario possible, I guess, is what I'm saying. Now, when I'm moving the machine, it's very easy and with zero effort, really, to move the machine back and forth. And to move it forward, all I'm doing is just stepping without any effort and energy being expanded with my arms, whereas with the Challenger, I notice right away, I have to do push and pull, and to move it right and left, depending on the carpet, can take a little bit more effort. On some carpets, a lot more effort, just because of the way that the OP machines tend to want to go the direction the grain of the carpet is. And some carpets will make it pull to the left or pull to the right, and you're kind of fighting it a little bit. Not as bad when you've got a glider, but that's just the way that they work. Whereas you don't have that effect at all with the rotary. I do find the rotary definitely is an easier machine physically to operate than the stand-up or the wheels-up OP machine. In this scenario, you know, here I'm in a house. You have to be doing all kinds of maneuvers all over the place, get around things. Then I say the rotary does have that advantage of being more nimble and less effort required to get it to go the direction you want it to. And of course, it's pretty darn quiet too, and there's no vibration. Although the Challenger actually is, well, mine is a little bit noisy because it does need a bearing, and the vibration isn't that bad. It's pretty darn smooth actually, but there still is vibration. There still is a little more noise going on. So if you go back and watch the video of me using the Challenger, you'll see that I moved the area that I cleaned. I think it took me considerably longer. In fact, that's one of the things I did notice, that all things being equal, the rotary will almost always be faster. Not always, but most cases I think it is, at least than the Challenger. Anyway, I know there's guys out there that are using the TRS machines, and apparently they're faster, but I can't speak to that, so because I don't own one, I'm not going to say things that I don't know. Although, well, okay, I don't think it is, but anyway, I've heard others say otherwise, so that's all I can say. And I'm going to move that table. I told her not to worry about it, but I'm going to do it anyway. Easy enough. I can just move it over here. Now I know guys are using the Vibe OP for residential, but I have one, and I definitely would not do that because I know that it's much more clumsy and just doesn't have the nimbleness like this. I know someone who owns one and also owns a swirly, And I think he would agree with me that the swirly is a better choice for residential, partly because of it being so nimble. And it cleans just fine. Maybe he'll chime in on the comments and say something about that, because he's had experience with both. And perhaps we'll hear from him. He knows who he is. Okay, so it's to bed. Then we're going to go to this way, and I'll get behind the door in a sec. I'll go underneath the edge of the closet door there. And I'll get behind the door before I forget to get behind the door. This is a repeat customer, been to our previous place. She's only been here for a little while. A few months, I think she said. Oops. The door stopper thing came undone here. Okay. So, now we'll head back over here, back to that beginning. So whatever time I spent doing this rug, this area, which is about the same as the one I did with the Challenger, you'd have to add the time I spent pre-spraying to get the actual equivalent, or the actual comparison of the time it took. But I think again, I think that the rotary is going to be producing a faster result, normally speaking. But let's have a look at the pad. See if I have anything interesting happening. It's not too bad. Okay, I don't think I need to do a second pass with the other side, or another pad. I think that one looks good. Okay, so I'll let you go and do the steps, and then I gotta post vacuum and groom that, and post vacuum and groom up here, and groom the steps, and I'll be done. All right, thank you very much for watching, and have a good day.